Hot Frog said, "Am I first? Do I get a prize?
You
Do I get
are.
the number one crown thing? How is everyone? How far is it to
No,
France?"
like those crown things. Like, how do you? How? Like, what determines what kind of crown you get? Like,
From what I understand, I think the way that it ends up working is if it has to do with how much interaction you do. I think with like the chat. So if
well,
you do
because
like a whole lot of
there's
interaction,
people like when I'm in a chat, and
hmm
sometimes I get number one, and then there's people come in later and they get number one. It's weird.
I don't know. Like I said, I think it just gets. It has to do with like how many people like how many interactions you do or something like that. So that's the only thing that I could think of. You know. But today I was looking at mics because since I have had a increase in revenue stream, I'm definitely going to get that Shure SMB7. That's going to definitely happen. And this mic is going in the trash. I am so
Go
tired
put
of
it
this
in the
mic going
trash.
off. I'm tired of it going off on me all the time. It's like it constantly ends up getting. I don't know if it's the plug or what it is, but. Mm. And then also on top of that, I lost a hard drive. I'm upset about that. So that means I lost probably like I don't know how many. I lost a couple of thousand movies, but it's all right because those movies that I lost were movies that I was going to go through, and I think I think like a third of them I was about to delete anyway. Movies that I do not watch at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the movies that were on there that are probably major movies I need to get back, I can always get those back.
Yeah.
It only takes me like 5 minutes to download a movie. So, what is up, Easy
Hey,
Mick?
you're not first today.
How are you doing? Hello,
Hey,
DJ Fisham. Hello, Dusty. Your CDs are estimated to arrive. Why? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That is awesome. I did another transaction with Trish.
Trish
She's
has good stuff. Trish is always,
mhm.
got the good things.
Well, she messaged me when she ends up getting CDs and she has extra ones that she wants to get rid of. So instead of taking them to the record store to sell them, she sells them to me, and then I give her an Amazon gift card, and she uses that to buy herself more CDs, and the
That's
cycle
good.
continues. Dave, hey Trish, what is up, Mr. Farley? Hi, Dusty and
James.
Lisa. Says, hey Mick, hey Farley, hey Hop. Hello, Mr. William Archer Blackwood.
Hey, everyone.
Yeah, I decided to do a stream today since I didn't do one this weekend. I've been pretty busy with this new job, and the upcoming weeks are going to be very rough. I may do a Sunday here and there, but I don't think I'm going to be on that often, depending. We are going into 2 months of doing 6 days a week. They want us to work Monday through Friday. Saturday is optional, but it's overtime. And my job is not very labor intensive, so doing a day of overtime, give me the money. But here's the other the other thing they told us was if you do the sixth day, we're going to give you a bonus of $300. So each week, every Friday, because I get paid on Fridays, they're going to give me an additional $300 for working that Saturday. Is that freaking awesome or what?
It is.
So yeah, so it's basically like getting paid for 7 days and working 6 days. Something like that works out too. So they're going to be doing that for the next 2 months, and they're going to reevaluate at that time if they want to continue giving that offer. Now, the thing that I also thought was great is that if you sign up, it's not like you have to go the full 2 months, and then they're like, okay, we'll give you $300 for each week. No, it's each week it's going to add up.
Yeah.
Each week. And if you decide you don't want to do it for a week, you're like, okay, well, this Saturday I can't do it because blah, 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 blah. You just tell them on Monday or Tuesday, this Saturday I won't be in. I have an appointment or I have this or I have something. And like, okay, fine. And then you can pick up the next week. Just go ahead and come in Saturday the next week. So what is up, Mike? Mike, I've been seeing the pictures that you've been putting on Facebook. Pretty freaking awesome. Pretty freaking awesome. Mike is a good looking guy. Good looking guy. Even Lisa was telling me, so damn, that Mike, he is something else. Ooh wee. I would love to get me a piece of that. I was like, Lisa.
He's out here. He's out here. He's out here with real estate.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Lisa, go ahead, talk about it. Lisa, say, ooh wee.
Well, am I supposed to say ooh wee?
Yeah, say ooh wee.
Ooh wee. That sounded awkward.
Such enthusiasm. Such enthusiasm.
I gotta
8 days a week. No, not 8. What 8 days a week? It's only 7 days.
Because
Okay.
I'm referencing the Beatles with their song 8
Mhm.
Days a Week.
You should see this thing my son made of his 3D printer. It holds SD cards, micro SD cards, and flash drives. Sweet. I am thinking about going solid state when it comes to my hard drives. I want to buy a solid state hard drive, but for as many terabytes as I need, it'd probably be in fucking the thousands of dollars. But I think actually it'd probably be worth it then, because I only have one solid state drive, and that was terabytes, and that one was quite expensive. And then I have another one that is still mechanical drive. I don't want mechanical drives anymore. Definitely not.
I don't know the difference between hard drives. I just have whatever Costco sold me.
Hi, Lisa. Thank you for the kind words.
You're welcome, DJ.
Just listening to the Japanese vinyl pressing of Lou Reed's 1978 live album, Take No Prisoners, one of my favorites. Nice. Mike, hey, what is up, Dawson? When it said 12 a.m., I didn't know if it was right now or tomorrow. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because for you, 9 p.m. would be 12.
12, yeah.
I was going to go on at like 8:30. I was even considering going on way earlier, but I was just kind of like, nah, wait till everything slows down and chills. So.
Yeah.
Also ordered even more CDs on Discogs to Deep Purple, Exciter, Canadian speed metal group Bob Dylan, the soundtrack Halloween for the Return of Mike Myers. My can't admit. I'm going to stroke here. Nice. Lisa. Thanks, Dusty. See, there you go.
See, everybody's giving you the love. You deserve the love.
I work Monday and Tuesday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 10 a.m. 6:30 p.m. I was approached around 4 p.m. on Friday. If I could work Saturday at 3, I said okay. Ended up being 3 a.m. 3 in the afternoon. Money is money, like I said, Yeah. Luckily, my schedule is set. The thing I like about my schedule is it is from 3 p.m. to 11:30. A lot of people would say that's a fucking shitty shift. For me, I like that shift because I don't have to get up too early because, as we know, I'm pretty much an insomniac. I have trouble sleeping sometimes at night. So mornings, I'm not a fucking morning person. So going to work at 3 p.m., ideal. Time I get home, I don't get home where it's too late where I can't get up in the morning if I decide to, because I'm usually up at those hours anyway. So it's perfect for me. And the job, like I said, is not labor intensive. It's like looking at cards. Just been kind of like, ooh.
You gotta be focused though.
I see my support workers on Thursday and Friday. Nice.
That's good.
Nice buys, William Archer Blackwood. Thanks, Hot Frog. Yep, got paid in bills. Yes, got to pay them bills. Also have a new cockatiel called Roger, who became devoted to me, just like Lunig. Lunig? Am I pronouncing that right? Lunig the second.
Oh, my dad one time had a parrot, but that parrot attacked my brother, and my dad had to get rid of it.
Which brother did he attack?
He attacked my older brother.
The one who's the jackass, or
no, the ones who's a look. Okay, guys. I have the jackass brother and the nice brother. He attacked the nice brother, the older one. Yeah, I wish he would have attacked the jackass. I wish he was alive.
I had a cockatiel when I was younger. I had a cockatiel when I was like, I must have been probably around 9, about 9 years old. That cockatiel broke my heart. I swear to God. The neighbors downstairs used to have a bunch of cockatiels, and they used to kind of breed them, breed the cockatiels. And then one year for Christmas, they gave me a cockatiel. He was a baby, and I had him from when he was a baby. And I swear to God, he was almost like a dog. He was always near me. He would cuddle up against my face, and he would let me rub my nose on him and everything. He was just, he would sleep with me at night. Like my mom, I literally would go to bed. My mom would open the cage, and he would hop out of the cage, and he would go to my room and jump in my bed. I was so close to him, and we used to have to get his wings clipped all the time so he wouldn't fly off. And then one day, it's like we, for some reason, didn't get his wings clipped, and we waited too long, and somebody opened the door, and he flew out the door, and he ran away, and I never saw him again. I was so heartbroken. I was crying and so heartbroken to the point I got sick. I got a fever, everything. And my mom was worried because I was so sick, but
he was sure
mm-hmm.
Your one and only.
Yes. My new job is pretty labor intensive, but I need the exercise. I am actually dropping weight myself, and my job is not labor intensive, but we have stairs that I have to go up and down every day. And I was not used to doing stairs. I was doing elevators at my old job. So I have to go up 2 flights of stairs in the morning to get to the section I work at, my department. Then for break, I have to come back down. And then I have to go back upstairs after break is done. Then I have to come down for lunch. Then after lunch, then I have to go back up. Then I have to come down for break again, go back up after break.
You're getting
come
a lot
down
of cardio.
For third break, go back up, and then I come down for the end of the evening. So it's like,
by the end of the summer, guys, Dusty's going to have a bikini body.
I'm going to be wearing Speedos.
He's going to be wearing Speedos. He's going to have a 6-pack, and everybody's going to be like, ooh, look at that 6-pack.
I have Claudia Berry. I Want to Be Loved by You on Red Vinyl 967. Did they even make colored vinyl back then? Is it a 45 RPM, like a 7-inch? Because I know, to the best of my knowledge, I remember hearing something about that. They used to color code. They would color press the 45s to let you know, at a glance what it was, whether or not it was folk, Americana, blues, whatever. You would take a look at it and be like, oh, that's classical. It's red, it's classical. Oh, it's blues, it's blue.
Yeah.
Oh, it's da-da-da, it's green and da-da-da. So that's the way they did it back then. I think some major labels like Columbia and stuff did like that back then. So correct pronunciation, too. Named him after the Australian cartoonist Michael Leunig.
Leunig, huh? Never heard of him.
Lisa, what was his name?
I'm talking about your cockatoo.
Oh, William said that resident. Oh, mine?
Yeah, your cockatoo.
Oh, his name was Cisco. His name was Cisco. And I had actually 2 of them. The other one was kind of like standoff. He was, he would go on my finger and stuff like that, but he was like not like Cisco was. And I don't know why my mom called them Poncho and Cisco.
Oh, Cisco was a friend of mine?
Yeah. So one was called Cisco. The other was named Poncho. And she used to laugh because I guess the old TV show where they go, oh, Cisco, ha, ha, ha. Oh, Poncho, ha, 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 ha. Or whatever. So they were called Cisco and Poncho. Let me see. Yes, Dawson Walters 2614. I think colored vinyl goes back to the 30s and 40s. I am led to believe that the colors represented the genre. Yep, there you go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Google search RCA colors: black for popular, red for classical, the famous red seal, green for country, and yellow for children's music.
I heard about that. I heard that they have different colors for things.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a 33 RPM. Ooh, I learned something new today, Hop.
We all learned something new. Ooh,
So, because it's nice. So, what's everybody do for Memorial Day?
I did nada.
I did nada also. But many appreciation, many thanks to those of you who unfortunately have lost family members in our wars.
Or those who served.
Mm-hmm. And for those who served, yes, definitely.
Well, my dad didn't really serve. He was in the reserves, but still, he likes to say
he served. Whether you're in reserves or not, you're served.
He was in the air. He had to because of the Vietnam War. There was no way of getting out of it.
This is an argument we always have on Memorial Day is that, I had family members, I had family members at D-Day, and I also had family members that liberated Nazi camps, which is a little, that's some heavy shit. That's some heavy shit they did that, because I had one family member who was in, I think it was called the Rainbow Brigade, which liberated, I think it's Dachau. Dachau was the name of it. I think was the name of the concentration camp. I think it was Dachau. I think that's the name of it. Well, anyway, her dad was in the Korean War, but he was stationed in Alaska. So he never saw any action. So she's always talking about my dad served. And I try to be a shithead sometimes and be like, yeah, he didn't serve. So what do you mean? I said, he was in fucking Alaska. He's fucking hanging out with Eskimos.
My dad was in San Diego. My dad was in San Diego.
Oh, okay. Japan released some of the Beatles albums on Red Vinyl in 1969. But did Cisco the Cocktail sing the thong song? No, he didn't. No. He wasn't Cisco like Sisqo. He was Cisco. Cisco.
Oh, so he was Cisco was a friend of mine.
Yeah. But I'd like, from what I understand, my mom said it was because of an old television show, Cisco and Poncho. I guess there were a couple of like banditos, and
I'm surprised she didn't name it after like Pancho Villa or something.
No, and I guess that was their tagline, was that at the end of the show, they would go through an adventure, and at the end of every show, they'd be on their donkeys, and they look at each other and you go, "Oh, Cisco, ah, 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 ah. Oh, Pancho, ah, 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 ah," and then they ride off into the sunset on their freaking burros. So, DJ Tristan, I did not much.
I don't think people really do much for Memorial Day.
Oh, Hot Frog says, I can't hear ooh you without thinking of Rick and Morty.
Oh my god! You remember when Rick and Morty had that special sauce that they released from McDonald's? Everybody and their grandma was collecting it, the Szechuan sauce.
Yeah, people were going nuts over that shit.
Yeah, and they sell it on eBay now. You can like, why would you buy an old sauce from like, I don't know how many years ago?
Can you imagine seeing that stuff as a young dude, Dusty? I saw a lot of stuff as a young dude.
We've all seen some crazy stuff.
Lisa's seen a lot of stuff.
I mean, there's the craziest thing I ever seen. Mm-hmm. The craziest thing I ever seen was something I never want to see. I hope I never see it again.
What?
I saw a guy come out of his car and was on fire.
On fire?
Yep. When I was on the freeway. That's something I just wish I never see again.
Good Lord. I've never seen anything like that. I mean, I've seen some extreme violence in person, but I don't think I've ever seen somebody on fire.
Yeah, he was getting out of his car. The car was on fire, and I was like, oh my God. That was crazy.
My dad went to Alaska during NAM, the U.S. where... Sorry, I didn't mean to insult you. No, Dave's like, well, thanks for saying that, about people in Alaska. No, my dad went to Alaska during NAM. The U.S. were afraid the Russians were going to invade North America through Alaska. Wow, if that doesn't sound like nowadays, I don't know what else.
I mean, my dad did it. My dad did his duty. He was like, I got to do my duty because they were making everybody go. He hated Lyndon B. Johnson, but he just did his duty. And he served the 6 years. And he was done with it. And then he went on to do normal things in the 70s.
Oh, yes. I was talking about D-Day and the Nazi camps. A lot of those dudes were still in the team. Yeah. You know what I had always heard, what I'd always been told, because my mother had relationships with some different Vietnam vets, and my mother had always told me, she said, the ones who talk all about it are usually the ones who have not seen a whole lot of action. But the ones who are quiet about it and don't want to talk about it, those are the ones who saw some shit. And I remember my mom had this boyfriend. His name was Ruben. He had a fake leg. He lost a leg in Nam. And we would be watching, movies about Vietnam and stuff. I had to have been like maybe 17 or 18, This is right before I graduated. And we would watch a movie and all of a sudden he would just like pop out with one little tidbit. He would say like one thing like, oh yeah, I remember he lost his leg on Thanksgiving. And every year for Thanksgiving, he would get real funky. He didn't like the smell of turkey. He didn't like, which I mean, obviously, this is the day that, he got blown up, lost his leg, got stuck in a body bag, and luckily he moved and they opened it, just crazy shit, happened to this guy. And like I said, I only got it in tidbits, and stuff like that. So, we had known this other person who was like, he used to tell all kinds of stories about, I saw this, I saw that. And my mom was always kind of saying, I think he's full of shit. I don't think he really saw that much because, like I said, the one Ruben that my mom was with, and she's with another guy named Russ, years before that, they were in Vietnam and they never wanted to talk about it. Never. They were just
your mom has a thing for people with R names. I'm just kidding.
My dad had it way easy. He enlisted. He was good with a wrench, put him in charge of the motor pool, said it was pretty easy. My great-grandfather's brother served the siege of Tobruk in World War II and was presumed dead after being shot down by the Nazis. Crazy. And in spite of numerous inquiries by my great-grandfather, his brother's body and the wreckage of his plane were never found. No wonder I'm into unsolved mysteries.
Yeah, unsolved mysteries. Great show.
But yeah, and which I remember, I knew this other loudmouth guy. One of the regrets of my life is that I did not go to Desert Storm. To tell you the truth, that was really kind of like a war where it was optional. I was
Yeah.
It was called, they weren't drafting. It was like kind of like, well, if you want to go, go. If you want to enlist and go, we'll send you. Type thing. I had a lot of friends who went because they were kind of gung ho about it. I had a lot of friends who went. My friend Joey, rest in peace, passed away. My friend Raymond, my friend Gabriel, they all went. And that was at a time when the Army was very picky and I was overweight. And they had told me they were not going to take me. They had wanted to send me to a fat farm. I was like, fuck, they're not sending me to a fat farm, blah, 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 and stuff like that. And I mean, I was a very thin fucking young man. So you got to think about how picky they were being about weight back then. I don't even remember. Yeah.
Super skinny people back then.
So, so I one of those things where I stayed home, everybody else left. And then I was like, well, I'm going to go to school. I went back to college, that's why I got my Bachelor of Arts degree and stuff. And, I was kind of like, well, I'm just going to go back to school then. And I went back to school and I never talked about it again. And then the war was over, and they all came back. Well, my friend Joey, same thing, Dave. My friend Joey, he went to Desert Storm. So, and so my friend Gabriel and both of them saw the same thing. They said, we never really saw any action. They said that it was like, they said that they were doing shit where they were barbecuing and blowing fans, where they were barbecuing and had fans blowing the scent of the food over, and that Saddam's men were, they were like basically surrendering because they were hungry. He said it was not really a fucking war. And I remember I knew this one guy that I met during the 90s, and his name was James, and he was just a jackass. He was just a loudmouth braggart. About everything in his life. He was everything. He was a braggart. I mean, I know I'm a loudmouth myself, but this guy was just too much. But he was always telling stories about that. He was a helicopter this, and I saw this, and man, they almost shot me down, and blah, blah, blah. And they this, and that. The guy was so full of shit. He had so many fucking stories, about this happened, And he used to do this thing where he'd get drunk and he'd be like fucking all angry, like, oh man, people don't realize while I was over there what I saw, blah, blah, blah. I was like, you saw a bunch of fucking camels, dude. Okay, it's like, and I used to call him on his shit all the time because I was like, I had friends who went over there in the middle of the shit, and they say they didn't see anything. Now, anyone here who's a Desert Storm vet, just go ahead and correct me if you guys saw something. You guys can go ahead and correct me, of course. But I mean, as far as I know from my close personal friends that were there, they said there was not a whole lot going on. Most of the wars later on, when it escalated, that's when the shit started going down. It got way worse later on. But they were saying that particular war was kind of mellow. But then again, I don't know. It's war is war, I guess. I wasn't there. I had a brother-in-law who never wanted to talk about Vietnam. Found out that he got foot rot after being in country after 2 weeks. Didn't change his socks like legit changed Never saw any action. My friend who died recently tried to get me to join him in the Marines, but Jen and I were getting married. He ended up hating the Marines. Purposefully got caught with a half pound of weed.
Oh, the good old Marines. I used to hear about the Marines so much from Jimmy, because Jimmy tried to go to the Army. This is when we graduated. He tried to go to the Army. Yeah. They wouldn't accept him because he had disability. But boy, Jimmy wanted to be in the Army so bad.
I was gonna say, I think I saw you showed me some of his pictures like that. And he's like
really into the Army because he had an uncle. He had an uncle that went to the Army, and he wanted to follow in his uncle Logan's footsteps, and it just wasn't meant for him because they found out he had a disability, and they were like, "Nope, we can't accept you." But he tried. He actually tried.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like I mean, I definitely, if I had not had the weight thing going for me, I definitely would have went.
Yeah.
I'm sure I definitely would have went. I tried to talk my daughter into joining the Navy because I had told her, I said, well, at that time I was like saying, well, we're in peacetime, and I said you can go and see the world, and
I heard they pay for the colleges too.
Yeah. So I was like, I tried to talk her, and I tried to talk my other son,
I mean,
Michael.
I'm
It's
not
like,
sure if they
and they're just
were,
like,
you
yeah, I
know,
know.
I mean, because they will pay for your college. If your daughter ever thought about joining the Navy, they will pay for you to go to
Yeah.
school.
Well, out here at the college, the community college that we have out here, we have a community college out here. They will pay for the first 2 years, so you basically can get up to your associated arts degree for free.
Yeah.
You can get up to your associated, but school just was never her thing. Just it wasn't. Some people that's their thing. Some people it's just not. It's just
You know,
not her thing.
it wasn't for me either. I tried college.
Uh-huh.
I had a learning disability and it was just not my thing, but I graduated high school.
Let's see here. William said, my great grandfather was arrested for desertion in World War I.
Yeah. But I did try to go to college. I tried for 5 years.
Which one is the war where they, a lot of vets refer to it as the real war? They go, the war. Is that World War II or is it World War I? I think it's World War II. That the boomer generation, they're like,
I think that's what they refer to as real war, is the World War II. I don't think.
Yeah, they go, the war. The war.
We've had some wars, right? We had World War I. We had we had World War II. We had the Korean War. We had the Gulf War. I think it's the Gulf War.
Yeah, the Gulf War. Now, I'm thinking like the Gulf War and were those considered wars or were they considered more conflicts? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't want to say the wrong thing and insult
anyone. I think those might be. And then we have then I remember as I was in my 20s, I remember the Iraq War and the Afghanistan. The troops going to Afghanistan. Now we got that Iraqi shit.
My son used to hide from recruiters at school. He took his aptitude test and did very well. But the recruiter was full of empty promises. My son saw through it. Yeah, because they'll basically tell you anything you want to hear, that they're going to give you the world. And then you find out as soon as you get there, and that's not, like my other friend, James, they turned around, they took him. He went to the National Guard. And when he went to the National Guard, they promised him the world, that he was going to do this. He ended up working as basically, by the time he did his ASVAB, did everything, they put him in the National Guard. He was changing tires on cargo trucks. Very, very boring job, So he was like, he was like, I thought I was going to see the world. And he was like, no. Hey, Mason, how you doing?
They don't. My dad didn't see the world. He ended up in San Diego.
Mm-hmm. Don't know. I have heard Korea called the Forgotten War. I've heard that too.
Yeah.
I have heard that too.
That's not a war that's talked a lot about. When it comes to wars, a lot of people talk about the Iraq War. A lot of people talk about World War I, World War II.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like the Korean War and the Gulf War, they kind of don't talk about it as much. Those are kind of the wars that got put aside for the ones that get talked about a lot. Which when I think of the Iraq War and I think of that one video one time I saw of George Bush was like doing an interview and the guy threw a shoe at him. That was hilarious.
But I remember afterwards when they were talking about like the guy throwing the shoe, they said that was like one of the worst insults that they can give you is like the one they're fucking that means that. And then also think about how goddamn pissed you have to be to throw your fucking shoe.
Yeah.
It'd be like, motherfucker, and take your shoe off and chuck your shoe. Fucking, you got to be pretty goddamn pissed.
I mean, people were pissed off at George Bush, but it turns out George Bush wasn't the worst guy.
Hello, lovely Miss Kimba.
Hey, Kimba. Welcome. Nice to see you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You would have to be so pissed. I mean, it's got to be probably, I mean, that insult of throwing a shoe at someone has to be like right up there with I shit in your dad's beard or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they say like, oh, you shit in your dad's beard or some shit. It's got to be right up there with that shit. Chucking your shoe.
Yeah. When I remember seeing that when I was young, you can see that I laughed at it. I thought it was hilarious.
Well, Kimba, I mean, she said recruiters came to my high school senior year and all summer this military guy kept calling my house. I was like, sir, I'm a girl. But I think, Kimba, you're about our age. So during our era, they were recruiting women.
Yeah.
They were recruiting girls.
Yeah, so Kimba. Like, Kimba. I mean, I think about it. Kimba you're about what? Kimba, you're about 2 years older than me? Maybe?
And yeah. Okay. So she's, 44, 45. So
yeah, she's about, I think Kimba, if I remember correctly, Kimba is is around my age. But you know what? Even back then when we were in high school, the late 90s and the early 2000s, they wanted people to go so badly. They had those things at the job fair with the Navy and the Army because they wanted people so badly to join the Army. So, some of my friends, they were pushing the guy friends that I had at school. They're like, you should join the Army. They were really, really insistent about it. We had, I don't know if we still have it, but we had an office where you could sign up to join the Army. I don't know if it's still there.
Well, my other brother was a recruiter for the National Guard. Tried to get me to sign up a lot of times. Jen used to get so mad at him. Howdy, William, David, Miss Mason.
How you doing, Kimba? It's nice to see Kimba.
I've been thinking about making some content on here, obviously under a better channel name. Lol. Would you guys be on board to see videos and live streams for my channel? Of course.
Yes.
Definitely. Run it up the flagpole and see who's
I'm sure you can come up with a good name for your channel.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mason's a good name, but I think you might want something that, reflects what you like.
When I was in high school, I had long hair. Yes, I did have hair. I often was mistaken for a girl. I saw that Spicoli look.
Spicoli.
Yeah. He's probably going, dude, I'm not joining the National Guard. I just want to serve.
Yeah.
Is that you, Dave? So gnarly.
Yeah, you need to, Spicoli, you need to get a job. All I need are some tasty waves.
So, what was it? Some good buds and some tasty waves or some shit like that.
Or time when he went and ordered pizza and he got it delivered to the class.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I remember it was the teacher's name was Mr. Han. He's like, "Are you people on dope?"
They don't make teenage movies as good as the 80s. I think
you just did a total freaking like old person thing. They don't make them like they used to.
What? Have you seen the modern movies about teenagers? Like the 90s, the 80s, and the early 2000s, they made good movies about teenagers.
You know what it is, Lisa? Okay, this is the thing. This is the reason why they don't make good movies about teenagers nowadays. It's because all the ideas have already been done. And being a teenager, as much as people think it's changed, it has not changed. There's lots of other things now. There's probably more dangerous drugs and stuff that are out there nowadays. But the same struggles exist. The same, falling in love with the girl or falling in love with the guy or, not being accepted or, that's all the same. It's all been done, so I think that's the reason why movies like John Hughes films and some of those teenager films, they're still relevant today. It's because it's the same story. It's the same story. It's still happening today. It's just the clothes are different and it was a different time. But in my eyes, I could be just, being biased. But to me, like I think Pretty in Pink, The Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, I think those movies are timeless. They're never going to die. They're never going to age. They're never going to die.
I am an old
it's
person,
always going to be relevant.
You are right. I am an old person.
We used to to assemblies with the military recruiters. Videos were like Mission Impossible set to music. What a hype. Pretty much. Lisa is an old person.
I am an old person. I am old. I'm going to be 44 this year.
Surfing is looking at that wave and said, "Hey, bud, let's party." Oh.
Let's party, bud.
Loser says, "I still have long hair and get called ma'am from time to time from behind." From behind, they're like, "Oh." Cat calling in, and you're like, "Oh."
There's some men out there with long hair that would love to be called ma'am, but that's for another time.
The Breakfast Club and Candles couldn't be made today. What really upset me was when a couple of years ago, when they were saying they wanted to remake them, I was like, no, just fucking leave them alone. Did. They're good as is.
I think they remade the Breakfast Club.
No, I would have known about that shit.
No, they did. No, they did. I could have sworn they remade the Breakfast Club like in 2017.
Oh, look it up. You got to look that up.
Oh, no, I got it.
Once you made that statement, you got to look it up because I would have caught that shit because I know that I would have been all over that. Fuck that.
Let me see. I'm pretty sure they said they were going to remake it. Oh.
Hold on.
Let me see.
Hold on. Answer the door. Just got to finish my bong rip first.
Okay. They said that they've been talking about it, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah. Because I know that a lot of people were pissed when they were talking about it.
They can't. Because when I think of the Breakfast Club, you've got all the great characters. You got the basket case, you got the criminal, you've got the outcast, you've got the brains, and you got the pretty one.
The thing is, it doesn't change.
No,
it doesn't change. It's the same today. It's like, you know what? It's the same thing. It's like all of those characters are represented. You could go to any American high school now, tomorrow, and still find those kids. Find those same kids.
You find the jock. The jock exists in every high school, and Molly Ringwald was the '80s for me. Because she was in so many movies. And I heard that she had fought really hard because they did not want Andrew McCartney. They did not want him in 16. And in Pretty in Pink. They didn't want him. They had somebody else they wanted.
William Archer says, I might be 33, but due to a lot of repressed trauma caused by drama and infighting my dad's adopted family, I mentally feel younger. That happens because we're repressed.
I forgot who they originally wanted for Pretty in Pink, but they didn't want Andrew McCartney. They were like, you know what? John Hughes was like, I think I want to go with someone else. And Molly Ringwald was like, no, I want Andrew McCartney. Because I think they were going to go with someone like Robert Downey Jr. or something, or they were going to they had a different ending for Pretty in Pink. Mm-hmm. She gets with Ducky.
Hello,
Kimba. And they tested it out. And a lot of people did not like it.
Why? I mean that. You know what? They could have at least filmed it. And had it as an option. Let it be on the special features of the Blu-ray or something of that sort. I think that would have been fucking so fucking cool.
I think it would have been cool, but I just think in their mind, they didn't see Ducky as the super attractive one that. Should have ended up with her. But if you think about it in hindsight, Molly Ringwald is not exactly like A-list celebrity. They wanted Richard Dolan. No, Richard Dolan could have been in Weird Science. Like for a bit of time, Anthony Michael Hall was in a lot of those 80s movies. He was the Richard Dolan of the 80s.
Well, Richard Dolan is Lisa's Ducky.
I like Ducky. I like Ducky. I felt for Ducky because Ducky wanted to fit in, and I like Ducky. I thought he was a great character. And when she ended up with Blaine, I was like, Blaine blew her off.
The reason why I think she ended up with Blaine is because Blaine was the alpha male, which I thought was really strange, being that it was coming from a John Hughes movie that he had her end up with the alpha male rich guy. I really thought, the first time I saw it years and years and years ago, she was going to end up with Ducky. That would have been appropriate for a John Hughes film. The underdog. The underdog always wins.
It would have totally been appropriate because Ducky, Ducky was always on her side. Ducky stood by her while Blaine let his rich hoity-toity friends, the James Spader, tell him, oh, why are you with that? No, Ducky deserved better. They should do like a retrospective movie and have her married to Ducky in the future or something.
For real. What's a Richard Dolan loser list? Look up Richard the Music Maniac and you will know the Richard Dolan that we reference and so many people in the vinyl community reference. He's like one of those guys, we all love him to death. Sometimes it could be a bit much, but he's a character. Definitely a character. Still, Ducky and Andy were more like siblings, and it would have been a bit deliverance. Good point. That. I guess that would.
Yeah, you do make sense because when Ducky and Andy, when I see their relationship in the movie, I do see this kind of a sibling kind of thing with them. Like I think Andy just didn't want to lose the friendship. You know how
anyone named Blaine doesn't sound alpha at all.
No,
Rich, yes, but not
think
alpha.
about it. We all have somebody in our life that we're friends with, and we just could never see ourselves getting with them because we consider them like a sibling to us, or we just could never see ourselves because we don't want to break that bond that we have with somebody.
Since we're on the subject of John Hughes films, though, what I'm saying is, she didn't end up with Ducky.
No,
she ended up with Andy.
Yeah,
but I think in a way they kind of corrected that. Some Kind of Wonderful. That's what I was about to mention, Dave.
Oh, that's a good
Some
movie.
Kind of Wonderful. In that movie, Mary Stuart Masterson wins. And she was the underdog. She was kind of like the Ducky. So he was like saying that, Andy and Ducky were more like siblings. They had established a whole storyline where Mary Stuart Masterson, and, Eric Stoltz were pretty much like siblings. They were that close. That was their friendship was so close that they were like siblings. But in the end, they ended up together and everybody was fine with that. Everybody was like, we were all happy they ended up together.
I wanted them to end up together. I was so happy when I watched it in the movie. I was like, yes, this is what I wanted, because I think, I think in the grand scheme of things, would I like to see the alternative ending with Ducky? Yeah, I would love having seen that, to see her ended up with Ducky. Because you know what? Despite the fact that they may seem like siblings to certain people, I just think that when someone treats you right, you should end up with them. But John Hughes does what he does.
But I think that was the thing about John Hughes films, is that it didn't. Like Some Kind of Wonderful wasn't directed by him. Some Kind of Wonderful was directed by Howard. Well, no, actually, I think
wasn't it Howard Deutsch?
Pretty in Pink was Howard Deutsch too. I think take a look and see. I think Pretty in Pink was Howard Deutsch too.
Let me see what John Hughes directed. I can read it off.
I know Breakfast Club, 16 Candles. Those were John Hughes. I think Howard Deutsch did the other.
Yeah, let me see.
Any movie with Harry Dean Stanton is awesome. Oh yes, he played the father in Pretty in Pink. Also, I liked how he played the old Repo Man in
Okay.
Repo Man.
This is what John Hughes directed. Home Alone.
Curly Sue.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. The Breakfast Club. Plane, Train, and Automobile. Fantastic movie. Home Alone 3.
Yeah.
Uncle Buck. 16 Candles. Pretty in Pink.
Oh, he did do Pretty in Pink then.
Yeah. Okay. 101 Dalmatians. Miracle on 34th Street. Weird Science. Career Opportunities. Baby's Day Out. Dennis the Menace. Some Kind of Wonderful.
No, Howard Deutsch, he directed Some Kind of Wonderful. He wrote Some Kind of Wonderful.
Okay, let me see who.
So I mean, I think you're getting confused between direct and wrote.
No, who directed Some Kind of? Oh, well, I don't know. They put him under there for movies, so maybe he wrote it.
Yeah. See who directed. I'm pretty sure it was Howard Deutsch.
It's Howard Deutsch. What did Howard Deutsch do? Let's see. Howard Deutsch.
I'm pretty sure. I think Pretty in Pink was him too.
Okay, Howard Deutsch did Pretty in Pink.
See, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
The Great Outdoors, Some Kind of Wonderful, Grumpier Old Men. The 10 Whole Yards. Whoa. Oh.
Grumpier Old Men. That's me and Lisa here. Grumpy Old Men.
Yeah, but you know what?
I'm gonna throw a fish in your freaking.
You know what? You're Jack Lemmon. You're Jack Lemmon, and I'm Walter Matthau. I've already decided who we are because I look like Walter Matthau, and you look like Jack Lemmon.
He's a nag. I heard there aren't talks about redoing Pretty in Pink with Lisa and Richard Dole.
I mean, I knew that John Hughes had did Home Alone because there's like a thing where they interviewed Macaulay Culkin. And Macaulay Culkin was talking, and they showed John Hughes. You want to know something crazy, guys? Macaulay Culkin's brother, Rory, guess what he named his kid? He had a kid recently. Guess what the name of his kid is, people? You'll never in a million years guess this name.
Shithead Culkin.
No, he named his kid Havoc Moon.
Okay, that's very Zappa-esque. Speaking of like William Archer up here, he said Dweezil Zappa was in Pretty in Pink too. He had a cameo in Pretty in Pink. I think he was like a friend.
Yeah.
There's a part where they're sitting in this place that's called, I forgot the name of the nightclub is. Well, anyway, he's sitting there and they're talking about Blaine and they're talking about how he's rich.
Yeah.
And she ends up saying, Molly Ringwald ends up telling Dweezil Zappa, what would you do if your father was rich? And he said, kiss his ass. I think that was like his whole line in the movie.
I mean, Dweezil Zappa.
Yeah.
Dweezil Zappa's the one in the family who got the normal name. All his other sisters, Moon Unit, Diva Muffin, I mean, come on. What were you thinking,
Yeah,
Zappa?
but they're Zappa, so they can get away with it. They get away with it.
I guess they could, but just imagine going to school and telling people, "What's your name?" "Oh, my name is Moon Unit."
Molly Ringwald was in Pretty in Pink. I was too distracted by Annie Potts. Annie Potts was hot in Pretty in Pink. She really was. She's still hot, I think.
I mean,
still think Annie Potts
if
is
there's
hot.
anybody you could be distracted from in Pretty in Pink, for me as a kid, as a young kid, was probably James Spader's character.
You're a James Spader lover? Oh my God. James Spader played an asshole throughout the freaking
No,
80s.
I just thought he was a good looking guy. I didn't like his character.
But he redeemed himself in the 90s. In the 90s, he started taking on roles where he wasn't playing the asshole. He had gotten stereotyped as a jackass and the asshole. So I think during the 90s when he did Stargate and stuff like that, he was trying to expand and try and be like
my favorite character in Pretty in Pink is definitely Ducky. I still need to get that Ducky Funko Pop that they have.
Yes, Mike. Moon Unit mentions Dweezil starring in the film in her book Earth to Moon. No, you're Mr. Eddie's father. It said that Zappa was neurodivergent. I can see it. I mean, if he was, yes, I could definitely. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. But I think the time that he was alive, I don't think it was. I don't think they really had.
Well, there are people that testing. They say there are people that are neurodivergent. Zappa, I don't know if he was. It was never documented, but some famous people you'll be surprised that are on the spectrum is Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah,
Dan Aykroyd has Asperger's. David Byrne.
Yes.
David Byrne of Talking Head. Daryl Hannah.
Daryl Hannah, really?
Yeah, she's got Asperger's. She discovered later on in life. Who else? There's a lot of people out there. Yeah, I mean, when I found out David Byrne was on the spectrum, I was like, not surprised. Not surprised.
Yeah, he's very spectrum-esque. Spectrum-esque. Yeah. Let's say something like that. Yeah, most definitely.
There's some other people. There's some modern actors, and the names are escaping me. But Zappa, it would kind of actually make sense because Zappa wrote some very interesting things, and Zappa's brain was like my brain. You don't know where it's going. You're like, if only we could be inside the mind of Zappa, because Zappa wrote some crazy albums, and you can't be normal to write albums like that. I swear, normal people can't.
It gives people that extra creative edge.
Yeah. Dan Aykroyd. That's why he was funny in the Blues Brother, because he was.
I wouldn't be surprised if Zappa was neurodivergent, possibly Captain Beefheart. Yes, I could see that too.
Captain Beefheart is weird enough to the point where you might think, that one album.
Well, I don't know, Paulina and Lisa, since you both are neurodivergent. Does Trap Mask Replica speak to you guys? Does it?
No, it annoys me.
Okay, I was about to say, I thought that people who are on the spectrum really have a hard time with like loud noise.
There's three things that annoy me right now, guys. That is right now. Captain Beefheart, the Poutine Band. That's what I'm calling them now, the Poutine Band.
Antoine,
I swear, they follow me.
They
follow me. I was on TikTok and this video popped up for them. I was like, dude, I haven't even mentioned them. And this guy was like, annoying your girlfriend in the car with Antoine Poutine. I was like, oh, yeah.
You have to be on the spectrum to marry me, Neil Young.
I think Neil Young might be on the spectrum, too. He exhibits some kind of weird tendencies.
James says, I thought Lisa Asperger's. There could be the name of a restaurant in that, Lisa.
Asperger's, yeah. I could be like, hey, how would you like your burgers? Level 1, level 2, or level 3?
Lisa Asperger's. You could end up having a freaking truck and be Lisa Asperger's.
Yeah. And then I could be like, my burgers are great. You might have seen them on Love on the Spectrum.
Say my burgers are juicier than my ass cheeks. There you go. My buns. My burgers. My buns are fluffier than my buns. Wait.
You get more meat in my burgers than my ass cheeks.
I got nothing. Zappa got a CD called Burnt Weenie. That's another name for a truck. Barbecued hot dogs, burnt weenie.
I swear, you share one video about hot dogs on Instagram, and the next thing you know, you're inundated with all these hot dog videos.
That's what we do, Lisa. You get a food truck and you call yours Lisa's Asperger's, and I will call mine Burnt Weenie, and I'll drive around behind you.
I don't. Well, how about burnt chorizo? No.
No, Burnt Weenie. I like Burnt Weenie. Burnt Weenie works. Burnt Weenie works.
I mean, you know what you do? You have a picture of Burt McCracken on the front of your car,
For real. Zappa was one of the most creative composers of this time, for sure. Of his time, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I do like Trout Face Replica. It's an intriguing listen. You know, I do not like it. I've only I've forced myself to listen to it maybe 2 or 3 times, because the first time I listened to it, I thought it was freaking horrible. I made myself listen to it a second and a third time because I said, what am I not missing? Is there something that is ingrained to me that I am being ignorant, that I do not see the genius in this that other people are seeing?
You know who else is on the spectrum, people? I just thought about it right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know who else could have been on the spectrum? Mozart. That man, that man was very hyper-focused on what he did. Mozart and Beethoven. If you think about it, Mozart has been doing music since he was young. And I, you know, back then there probably was not even an autism spectrum thing. But if you think about the people who are like hyper-focused, Mozart. I mean, Moonlight Sonata for Elise. You got to be hyper-focused to write that shit.
Let me see. I never have been officially diagnosed, but I may have ADHD. I hate trying to have a conversation in a room with a lot of people talking. I start listening to what other people are talking about. I think that maybe I might have been not diagnosed with ADHD when I have
ADD.
Because I'm ADD.
Attention deficit disorder? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's because, like I said, sometimes I have trouble focusing. When I really have to focus and like work and stuff like that, I can focus. Now, I don't have a problem focusing, but sometimes like when in leisure time, you know, I'll have problems focusing. Like I'll watch a movie and it'll take me like 2 or 3 seconds before I see the whole movie. You know, it's like I can't really like.
I mean, but you know, Dave, they say that a lot of people who are autistic also have ADHD as well. So it's a very common thing that if you're on the spectrum that you also have ADHD. I think I could be ADHD, but I'm pretty sure I'm ADD because I think I remember someone when I was in elementary school telling me, "Oh, she can't focus on things," which is very true. I have a hard time like focusing on things. I have to pace myself around the room. Like I can't stand still in one area. I have to like, you know, I have to walk. Like if I'm in a room for like a few hours, I have to walk. I can't sit in the same spot for like a few hours.
Did you like the Gucci dogs, Lisa? I sent you that video.
Hilarious. The Gucci dogs. You know, I can't afford Gucci, so Gucci dogs it is.
Let me see. I only tune into other people in the same room if they talk about music. Okay.
No, I mean, you know, if it's a subject I don't know about, I just don't add anything to it.
I have Japanese CD issues of We're Only in It for the Money in Joe's Garage, Act 1, and Japanese vinyl presses of Joe's Garage, Acts 2 and 3, and Drowning Witch. Sweet.
I don't have any Zappa.
I only have a few, and I mean, like I said, that one collection where I got.
Do you have Hot Rats? That's the only one I know by him.
Yeah, I
and Mutter, do you have Mutter's Invention?
Yes. I ended up getting like the first album, then maybe like 5 or 6 other ones in that collection. So, but I haven't really gone out and bought anything else. So, in the past, I've asked questions that were addressed to someone else many times.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to get checked out. I mean, what kind of medicine did he give? I don't know.
Mason, write this song down. How We Used to Live by San Etienne. Give it a listen. As a matter of fact, I've tried.
I tried
I can't do it.
I tried.
I'm like, yeah, I didn't like it.
I tried. It wasn't my cup of tea, but you know, if you like it, you like it.
Yeah, that Euro pop stuff, I can't get with it. It's either easily distracted or hyper focused.
Yep. Okay. I think for me,
there you go.
I think for me, it's like, you know, when you have ADHD, you get distracted because there could be like I can hear things in the background that will distract me, like the dogs walking.
Zappa was always too complicated for me. I don't really think that the music was too complicated for me. There was some stuff that was hit and miss. Like there was some, or maybe it just I have to be in a mood for it. You know, maybe I just have to be, because I remember the first time I really listened to it was that one time we were streaming, And I started pulling some of the records out, and I was playing them, and I was kind of like, hey, this is pretty good. I was getting into it, you know. Mm-hmm. And after that, I was like, listen to it. But then I said, sometimes I don't have the patience for it. And then sometimes I'm like, yeah, I like it, you know. So I don't know. I almost bought a Zappa record, but picked up One Direction instead.
Dang it! You should have picked up the One Direction.
Which reminds me, I think it was like yesterday, the day before yesterday was Morrissey's birthday.
Happy birthday to Morrissey! I hope you had a good ribeye steak.
A good ribeye steak. There you go.
I took a picture of him.
Is indeed a very hard listen. I went through a period where I also disliked it.
No, I still dislike it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've tried. You know, like I said, I that's one thing is that people can't say that I just talk shit about it and I've never tried it. You know, I did try it. You know, it's like I gave it a second and a third listen, and I was just kind of like, no.
It is just so out there. I tried and I was like, maybe if I give it a third try, maybe it will. But you know, it's just one of those albums that you're gonna love or hate. There are artists out there that you're gonna love and hate, and he's one of those.
Dave says asp burgers made from those Egyptian snakes. Hey, wait a second. Is there something to that? Could there be something to that?
I mean, if you think about it, Trout's
burgers.
Trout Mass Replica is not an album I got into, but the album that he did, I think prior to that, Safe as Milk. I think that's also by him. It's not that bad. Safe as Milk.
Yeah, Safe as Milk was more like, it seemed like it was more an attempt at like kind of like, being cohesive there.
Because if you think about it, some artists, they just don't really have a cohesive sound. And I think, you know, the first album was cohesive, and then that album was kind of like all over the place. Very rampant.
But it's like, who actually defines whether or not something is great or it's not great? It's like, you know, okay, like Trout Mass Replica, to me, it's like, it seems like a lot of just garbage. You know, but other people are saying, oh, it's one of the top 500 albums you must listen to before you die, you know, or stuff. It's like, when does somebody like, you know, who is the person who determines that? You know, it's like, who's the person who turns around and says, oh, you know,
more cowbell.
Oh my God, that was the greatest album ever. It was like 4 minutes of him going. And if you did not like it, you're stupid. You're ignorant. Yeah. If you didn't like it, it's like, who makes that determination? It's like, you know, I don't get it. You know, that's the way I feel about Trout Mass Replica. It's like somewhere down the line, somebody made the determination that it was like a great freaking album, and it's just, I'm kind of like,
It's just a lot of noise. I think, you know, like some of the like publications probably said it was good at one time. Probably Rolling Stone was like, oh, this album is great, or whatever they had back then. Because, you know, my generation growing up, we had this thing called Pitchfork, and Pitchfork, we all know, is not the greatest indicator of whether or not an album is good, because Pitchfork will, you know, they will sing the praises of Kanye West. So, like, I don't trust them.
But Pitchfork is more modern. I mean, we're talking about like this Trout Mass Replica album. We've been hearing about this for decades. You know, you've been hearing about that. It's a great album.
Someone like Rolling Stones probably would have rated it. Like, what would Rolling Stones have rated that album? That album came
I think Rolling Stone has it like in the top 500 albums you must hear before you die. Yeah, I really think you do.
But when did that album come out? Like in the 70s?
I haven't focused. Have you ever noticed that you can see the tip of your own nose?
Oh.
Rolling Stone. I don't really think you two really listen to anything because there's no, I did. It's just you're not going to convince me. I don't like them. I'm sorry. No.
I tried.
I just don't like Europop. I don't. It's not my thing. I don't even read Rolling Stone anymore. They praise Taylor Swift while trashing anything by Kiss. This is true. This is true. They do end up having their favorites. They probably have like about 20 artists that are like their favorites. Yeah, so. When were you doing that, Dusty? I was thinking of a boots and pants thing to go with.
No, I gave him the true Europop try. And don't say anything, guys, but I do like Europop. I like ABBA. I love ABBA.
Okay.
I love ABBA. I love this band from the '80s called Modern Talking. So I do listen to some Euro pop.
Mm-hmm.
I try to get into them. I listen to a few songs. I mean, they're not 100% bad, but they're just not my cup of tea, and that's how I feel.
I mean, I'm just not much of a pop person, but I mean, you guys have known me for years now. You know, I'm not a pop person.
I mean,
I'm really not.
I do like pop. I mean, if we think about the earliest pop band that I probably liked, it was probably the Monkees. I mean, because I do consider the Monkees pop.
Yeah, I'm not gonna knock them and say they're horrible, they're bad. It's just you wouldn't see me listen to them. That's all.
I mean, they're not bad. They're not bad. They're just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
They're just not my cup of tea. They're not bad. I did listen to them. My sister, played me some of their stuff, but it just I couldn't get into it.
Yeah. At least back in the day, they used to before they suddenly thought Destroyer and Led Zeppelin 4 were the greatest albums ever, which I find very strange. Did anyone see the video that 33 1/3 RPM did this week? He did a video where he's saying that it was supposed to be what is it, like phrases that only people who collect records would know. It was kind of funny because like everything he said, pretty much I did know all of them. It was like, it was pretty funny. You guys got to check it out. Rolling Stone always gets it wrong. It's funny that Lisa didn't like it and she likes the Monkees. You're in a bad way, and Lisa goes very close to the Monkees. Paulina. I think what happens, Paulina, you get something stuck in your craw when it comes to an artist, and then you want to tell someone, you should like this. You're better like this. It's like, it's just.
I get the similarities. I get the similarities.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
I get the similarities, but I don't have to become fan of a band just because they sound.
No. I mean, to go off to go kind of like go on something like that. It's like just because something makes sense doesn't always mean that it's something that's going to be.
Yeah.
So like, even though you would say it makes sense for you, like Saint Etienne. Saint Etienne's a great band. You think Saint Etienne's a great band. And to you think it makes sense that we should like it. But no, that's not the way life works. It's like, we're not necessarily going to like it.
If you like it, that's great.
Yeah.
You find, I never knock people for what they like. If they like something and they find it great, that's great. But I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of pop artists out there that I don't necessarily care for. Yeah. And there are pop artists that I do like. And when I go back to my original thing of saying I like ABBA, because I feel like ABBA was a big influential part of pop music. Because I just like ABBA.
Let me see. I own 3 LPs, 2 CD box sets, and 13 CDs by Frank Zappa. So nice, Mike. That's a nice little collection there. Lisa's still trying to get her Mumford and Sons.
I do have one Mumford and Son album. I mean, I don't hate Mumford and Sons. I do like certain things from Mumford and Sons. I never said I was never a fan of theirs. I didn't care for when they, went and started doing that kind of like rock sound. But I've never been a Mumford and Sons hater. I am a fan of Mumford and Sons. Never really hated them.
When I've never really been a Mumford and Sons fan. Really, I mean, I don't think they're horrible. But you know what the thing is? When I was waiting, when we went to the K-Rock Acoustic Christmas in 2019, we were, we had been standing out there all day. Me and my daughter had been standing out there all day. And we were like, okay, let's get 21 Pilots out here and let's watch them. And, and let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here. We had been out there all day already, And I think Mumford and Sons came on at just that one spot before 21 Pilots where it was like, their music was just being irritating to me because I was tired and I wanted to go home. My feet hurt, and it's like, and it kind of added to the whole thing. You remember that, Ashley? Mumford and Sons, when they came out before 21 Pilots and we were irritated? Yeah. Yes. we were like, can they finish, please? It was like, can they finish, please?
Well, because I like Mumford and Sons. I like a couple albums or a few albums from Mumford and Sons. There's that one album that they did that I didn't care for when they, stopped doing that bluegrass sound. That's when I was like, what happened, Mumford and Sons? You had a formula and you were doing good with it. It's like when I get used to a band and a certain formula that they do of music, and then they go and they stray from that formula. I'm like, And you know what? That album didn't sell good for Mumford and Sons, and they went back to doing the banjos.
I mean, they had a couple of like songs that were like more popular. I guess.
Yeah, Little Lion Man. I Will Wait for You.
Trap Master Ruffalo was released in 1969. Must have some kind of, like I said, yeah, it has significance, and some people think it's the greatest album that was ever, one of the greatest albums ever made. But to me, it's just.
I didn't know it was released in '69. I thought it was. I'm
entitled to my opinion. That's the only thing I can say. I'm entitled to my opinion. It's like if I don't like it, I don't like it.
I mean, but I will give him credit is due. Mm-hmm. He's very talented at the instruments that he played on the album. I'll give him that. The instrumentation was really cool, but I just didn't I didn't gel with the album.
Well, this is the thing is that people end up saying when it comes to that album, people end up saying that it has a rhyme and it has structure. Okay. Every one of those notes was written. It's not like you're just listening to a cacophony of garbage. It was written and it has sheet music. It was all whatever. And he knows how to play his instruments. And like I said, that's great. People could be into it. I'm not going to knock anyone for being into it, but it's not my thing. It's like, okay, great. Just like, people will end up saying like, it's what's the word they use when it comes to art? All art is subjective. Is that what they say?
It'd be very interesting to find out what Rolling Stone considers the top 500 albums of all time.
Well, they do. They have the top 500 albums. I mean, it would take us forever to go through that fucking list.
I know. I would just do the top 10. Let me see what they consider the top 10.
500 albums. I think it's like top 500 albums you must listen to before you die type shit too.
I was just gonna do the top 10.
Like comparing Budgie to Iron Man. It was inducted alongside the recordings of Take Me Out to the Ball Game and All Green Let's Stay Together. Sweet.
Let me see. I just want to do the top 10.
It was a troll move, Paulina. Hey, let's convince people this is important. Just kidding. We love Paulina.
we love you, girl.
Dusty Din, R.E.M. and U2 stray from their music in the 90s. Achtung Baby, Zoo by Pop, and Monster by R.E.M. Yeah, but I think actually it seemed like during that period of the 90s, I think a lot of groups were doing that. But I mean, don't get me wrong. I like those eras, of R.E.M. and U2. I mean, I don't think there's really been anything by R.E.M. that's come out that I have not liked. Same thing with U2. But then again, like I said,
I like 90s U2.
There's a lot of people who there's a lot of people who would be like, don't like 90s U2, and I do.
I do too.
My replica,
I do too. I like 90s U2. In fact, guys, if you go to a thrift store, you can find a lot of 90s U2.
Yeah.
Because it's very easy, and I always come across How to Build an Atomic Bomb. I think that's the one. Mm-hmm. I come across my dad is talking to the dogs about treats. He's yelling, treats.
treats.
Okay,
R.E.M. was more progression. U2 was like taking a wrong exit. Some people end up saying that U2 just got too full of themselves and they believe their own hype. That. I mean, are there a lot of albums that I probably will not sit through? U2 albums, yeah. But
Okay, guys, we're gonna tell you what the top 10. This is the top 10 of what Rolling Stone considers the best albums of all time. Number 10, Lauryn Hill. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Great album. Number 9, Bob Dylan, Blood on the Tracks.
You're not going to go through all 500
right
now,
No, only the top 10. Only the top 10. Because I don't have that kind of patience. I got ADHD. Mm-hmm. Okay. Number 8, Prince and the Revolution, Purple Rain.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7, Fleetwood Mac, Rumors. I knew they were going to be on there. Number 6, Nirvana, Nevermind. Number 5, The Beatles, Abbey Road. Number 4, Stevie Wonder, Songs in the Key of Life. Fucking fantastic album.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, Joni Mitchell, Blue. Great. Number 2, The Beach Boys, Pet Sounds. And number 1, Marvin Gaye, What's Going On? And people, you could be like, what the heck? Taylor Swift was on there. Taylor Swift's on there.
See, like that's another thing. Okay, like Taylor Swift. It's like there's a lot of people. I mean, it depends on who you talk to. There's some people that think that she's phenomenal. There are some people that think that, her lyrics are so intuitive and so, insightful and this, that. And I'm sorry, but every time it's like, she sings, I hear shit, blah, blah, blah,
I
blah.
mean,
I don't like her, but it's just me, but you and Paulina and there's a lot of people that really like her, but I
like certain albums of Taylor Swift. I don't like every album she's done. I really don't care too much for her country stuff. Mm-hmm. It's when she came out with 1989 is when I was like, I kind of dig Taylor Swift because, I will be honest with you. There are certain artists that I think really do the pop genre very well. Madonna's one of them.
The thing that I learned with Taylor Swift is you do not fuck with her. You do not talk shit about her.
Don't fuck with her fans.
Her fucking fan base really is fucking parasocial. She's got that whole parasocial thing going where her fans think that they know her or some shit. And they will they will protect her to the ends of the earth. If you say anything about her, they will fucking look at what happened when I just made that one comment. It was a fucking joke.
Yeah, you had all those. All those older middle-aged women coming at you, and they were like,
I had fucking friends that I had from high school, my age in their 50s, saying, Rick, I'm really disappointed in you for saying that. I can't really believe you said. They were acting like I was being misogynistic just because I do not like her.
This is the thing. As a Taylor Swift fan,
I was like, what?
As a Taylor Swift fan, I'm not going to get on you for not being a fan of hers because I think the ones who get on you for that are considered delusional fans. It's like you got to accept that not everybody is going to like the stuff that you listen to. Mm-hmm. And if you can accept that not everybody's going to enjoy what you like, then just, then it's good. Because if you're like one of those fans that are like, oh, they don't like the music that I like, you can't force people to like Taylor Swift. They're either going to like it or they're not. And Taylor Swift is not everybody's cup of tea. But I see why she's so popular and why she sells out so many stadiums. I mean, she's got young girls going to her concerts and they love her. And she's got people that are older than Creases going to her. She's got everybody and their grandma loving her. Well, except almost everybody.
I mean, I'm just curious to see if I stick around that long, hopefully. In 20 years, where she's going to be at.
I'm curious to see her in her 50s.
I want to see what her legacy is going to be in 20 years. Will she still be, well, but then again, also there'll be a resurgence because in 20 years, her fan base will be nostalgic for her and all that shit. So, yeah.
And then they'll have kids. Well, some of them will have grandkids and their grandkids will be wanting to listen to that. Speaking of, you want to know where Taylor Swift ended up on this 500 list? 393 with 1989.
Wasn't there a big fucking uproar because she landed on the one of the I don't know what number she was at, but it was the top so many guitarists in music history. She landed a spot.
But you got to think about it. She plays instruments. Taylor Swift is just not a person who sings. She also plays the piano and guitar, and she does write a lot of the majority of her songs.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, great. Kudos for her. But what I'm saying is she deserves to be on the same list with Jimi Hendrix and Slash and shit like that.
She's not. I don't think she's on. I don't think she's on the list. Is she?
No, they had put her on a list.
Maybe not the Rolling Stones list.
Unless I'm just tripping. I remember there was a big old controversy about it. I mean,
well, I think she was on the songwriter list.
No, there was one that was the guitar player. It was a guitar player list.
But she's not that. Even I can admit she's not a Slash or she's not a Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers. Mm-hmm. I was watching a Royce's stream the other day. And they were talking about the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And I joked around with Royce, and I was like, "Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's kind of modern." But the thing about Taylor Swift is she plays the guitar, but I'm not saying that she is, a Slash or she's a Jimi Hendrix. She's nowhere near them, and to have her on the list is kind of surprising.
Yeah, but like I said, I could be mistaken, but I mean, I could have sworn it was a list of guitarists. I don't remember what magazine it was from or what website it was from, but there was a list or something where they had did something like that, and she was on the list. I don't know how high or low she was on the list, but a lot of people were mad that she was on the list.
Yeah, they're probably mad because they're thinking about how could she end up on a list with people like Hendrix, Eston Weil, you know, Flea, or Jimi Hendrix or Ginger Baker. Well, no, not Ginger Baker or Eric Clapton. I'm just, it's like it's just kind of a slap in the face when you have someone who's not like as proficient of a guitar player as, like, say, Jimi Hendrix on a list with Jimi Hendrix. I don't know.
Hey, Nick.
Hey,
Yeah,
Nick.
that's the reason why St. Paul. I said, don't hold me to it. But I could have sworn she was on a list or something because I remember there being like a little bit of an uproar about it, but I don't remember if it.
That's
What
exactly
list it
how
was.
I
If it
feel,
was a list,
Paulina.
so.
She plays guitar. It's nothing to like write home about. She just plays, If you think about it, in the same token, Ed Sheeran's also a guitar player too, but it's nothing to write home
But
about.
Ed Sheeran, I think, even though he plays rhythm and stuff like that, he does play some solos and stuff like that. So
He does. I mean,
you gotta
I have
same thing. He's not my cup of tea, but
I have pretty much all of his albums, with the exception of a couple that I did not buy because I just felt like it was not Ed Sheeran on those albums. But one of the albums I remember showing you, one of the Ed Sheeran album has a song called Dusty. He made a song for you. It was pretty funny.
James Roy says, "Hi Nick, I love the smell of solder flux in the morning." William.
I mean, me and Paulina can both agree that Taylor Swift is no guitar hero. She's
Red Hot Chili Peppers right now are going through a cancellation, aren't they? Aren't they like getting canceled?
Yeah, Red Hot Chili Peppers, their first few, I think their albums in the 90s are very good. I think the last album I really enjoyed from them, as I was mentioning in Royce's stream, the last album I officially enjoyed from the Red Hot Chili Peppers was Stadium Arcadium, which came out in 2006. Because, in the 90s, they had some great albums in the 90s that I really enjoyed. Californication, Mother's Milk, Sex, I think it's called Sex, Blood, and Magic or something. Those like 90s albums for Red Hot Chili Peppers were great, but it's just now they're trying too hard. They're trying too hard to get you to like them, and I don't know. I just didn't really enjoy their last few albums. It wasn't clicking with me, but I heard Flea's solo album because Flea came out with a solo album. And
he came out with a jazz album that was really freaking good.
And you know what, guys? I will tell you what I think about Flea's solo album. Very surprising, very good. I think, I think you should all listen to it. I mean, the Red Hot Chili Peppers also went to that time where John Frusciante, left the band and he came back. It was like, dude,
was that the guy who used to do the infomercials for the guitar?
Yeah, Esteban.
Dream Canteen, Ultimate Love, Dave.
Yeah, those albums didn't really wow me.
Agree, Taylor is best at best a solid singer and songwriter. But that's where it ends. So I do give her kudos for playing piano and guitar.
Exactly. That's how I feel. I feel like Taylor Swift is a solid singer. I think she has the best vocals. Do I think she's an Adele? No. Adele is my favorite singer within the last 15 to 20 years. I love Adele's vocal. I don't think Taylor Swift has the vocal chops of, like, say, an Adele or a Beyonce or a Lady Gaga.
Adele tried to destroy the vinyl community.
Yeah. But the thing about it is Taylor Swift is great at writing song lyrics. Don't get me wrong. She's great at telling stories with lyrics, but when it comes to her actual vocals, she can sing, but is she a great singer? Not the best, but she can sing. She doesn't have a powerhouse vocal, but she holds her own. I see why she has so many fans, because she writes relatable lyrics. A girl hears her song and be like, "Oh my God, my boyfriend broke up with me." And yes, there's a Taylor Swift song for that, when your boyfriend breaks up with you.
I'm sure there's plenty of Taylor Swift songs.
There's plenty. That girl wrote about so many of her exes, man. Let's hope Travis doesn't become one.
I think Esteban was. And he wore that cool hat too. He had that black hat that was like, it had the silver strap around it. It had like silver.
Who's Esteban?
Yeah, during the, I think it was like maybe the late 80s, early 90s. They used to have these infomercials that would come on late at night, and it would be this guy with an acoustic guitar called Esteban, and he was supposed to be like one of the world's greatest guitar players. I'd never fucking heard of him before that fucking moment, but he sold this lesson where it's a lesson plan on how to play songs, and it came with a guitar. It came with a guitar also, and it was Esteban, I will teach you to play some of the most beautiful melodies.
I gotta look this guy up. And blah, blah, oh, is it Esteban Gabriel?
Maybe. It could be.
Let's see. No, it's not him. That guy's too young. Guitar.
Is this true, Dave? Just another character.
Player.
This was a secret, Nick. Shh.
Okay. That's Esteban? Oh, yeah. I remember him.
On that. Yeah, it's like, yeah, the thing. It had like
he kind of looked like Jose Feliciano.
Yes. Maybe my name is Esteban, and I will teach you to play the world's most beautiful melodies on the acoustic guitar. It was like flamenco guitar or something like that.
Oh shoot! He kind of looks like a cross between Jose Feliciano and '90s Michael Jackson.
Kind of, yeah, huh?
I remember it now. Now when I looked it up, I remember as a little kid.
There you go. Esteban was a blend of Zorro and Jose Feliciano. He did. He looked like one of the Sisters of Mercy, or Wayne Hussey from the Mission UK and shit with a hat, the big hat. Kind of looked like the Damned in the video for Alone Again. They were dressed up like Italian westerns. They were dressed up like they're in an Italian western. Yeah, that's what he kind of looked like. He looked like he fell right out of a Sergio Leone film. He was pretty funny. Pretty funny. There you go.
I now remember Esteban. In the 90s, you had Esteban, you had Pure Moods, you had the commercials trying to get you to buy albums. And then you know who else we had in the 90s? Mr. Ron Popeil. You remember him? The set it and forget it guy?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Let me see if I can find him.
My mom bought one of those because my mom was influenced. She bought one of those. And she's like, I can set it and forget it. Let me tell you guys, that set it and forget it machine, it doesn't always work. Some of your food will burn.
Let me see here.
Nick at Night. I remember Nick at Night. And you know what else there was? Also in the 90s? That one lady that did the dump and bakes. That Caffey lady. I don't know if you guys remember her, but she had this thing called the Express Cooker. Oh, yeah, Esteban. Esteban got all the pussy.
There you go.
God damn, Esteban. Save some pussy for the udder.
Really?
A little music.
Outstanding.
Right off of the instruction video that I just made, Steve, for everybody. And that's a little malagueña is what that's called.
Esteban, it's great to be here.
That's exactly what I was thinking,
nice to see
you. Now, your music has been setting records around the world. You consistently top the Billboard charts. You've been featured on The Today Show, Entertainment Tonight, many other shows, many live shows, television shows around the world. And now you've found a very special way to share the gift of music, and in this case, the gift of guitar with everyone.
Well, the music comes from a deep place in my heart. When you come back from not being able to
I don't know. I have no idea.
Happened to me.
I need to look it up now.
Does he still have the guitar playing?
A drunk driver hit me, and I'm blind in one eye. And when you go through that, you come back and you want to do things.
He said a driver hit him and he's blind in one eye?
Yourself and for others. This guitar is versatile.
Well,
you can play classical. You can play rock.
He's not dead.
Oh, look at he's jamming. He's jamming. He's going for it.
What? Guys, I've been lied to, guys. I've been lied to.
This program is a paid advertisement. all claims and representations made in this program.
I hate to break it to you guys, but Esteban is not Mexican. Esteban is an American guy. And he's still alive. He goes by the name Stefan. Pray for it.
I don't remember the Steven Seagal film movie.
As you said, you started off designing it for children.
Has anyone ever seen Steven Seagal play the guitar?
Esteban, when you shipped
fucking hilarious.
When we talked about this project,
that is fucking hilarious.
I had to call you back. I said,
I thought Esteban
3 payments of $33. This whole package is under $100.
He's a white dude.
Now, this is from someone pretty special.
3 payments of $33 for an acoustic guitar?
Tops the Billboard charts. His CDs are world-renowned. They are bestsellers the world over. And Esteban
I have never seen an Esteban CD in fucking like Walmart or something.
You talked a little bit about that.
You know what? I should buy the Esteban CD and listen to it on
after studying with old Maestro Segovia, I toured playing
Lisa,
just classical music.
Make yourself busy. Go ahead and look up Esteban on eBay. See if you can find an actual Esteban CD.
I don't want to go
Let's see how much it's going for, guys, and I'll send you the link.
Time in my
it's
life,
going for hundreds of dollars.
Everybody has
hundreds.
No, it
isn't.
isn't.
1990 comes by. I'm able to play the guitar again. Started to play my C major scales.
Hold up.
You know, do my little thing.
I'm just asking, where can I get that shirt?
I said, you know what? Instead of just playing classical music, I'm going to play music from all walks of life. I began arranging love songs.
At that shirt.
I began playing country music.
And now tell me, if I wear that shirt, would it turn ladies on? Would it turn ladies on if I wear that shirt?
I really loved it. And to give you an idea of the versatility of this guitar, let's play a couple of these tunes right now. You know, we can go right from the video. We're going to teach you to play this little country song. You know, roots music is Americana, and here's Wildwood Flower right off of the video.
Esteban is no Warren.
I bought it for my daughter. She wanted an acoustic guitar. It's absolutely beautiful, and I think you're an inspiration. I think it's a masterpiece. Everybody needs to get that guitar.
Because I can guarantee, I do not think that ponytail is real.
That everybody can learn to play.
Oh my God! You can buy a guitar
that comes
for
along
$300
the gift of
on
guitar.
eBay.
No, inflation.
Ooh. House in New Orleans.
It made the greatest gift to my son. I had it sent to him in Austin, Texas, and he was so pleased.
My friend bought one of the Esteban guitars. He let me play it, and I said, he said, "Do you want it?"
We
and
bought
I said,
it for
"No,
a friend
it's
of ours." So now I get with my friend, and we get together, you know, jamming together and stuff. And we've learned so much from you, and I just thank you very much.
Anybody want an Esteban guitar for $600?
I wonder if Corey Feldman was going to sell guitars only. The curious one got the roll. Wait a minute. Holy shit. There you go. Corey Feldman is Esteban. It's going to be freaking... Who's going to do the freaking lifetime story of Esteban or some shit? Okay, I think we got the idea.
Esteban was dropping mad pussy back in the day. No, but like you can get a guitar of his for $600 off of eBay. He has guitars with his face on it.
With his face on it?
No, like they have a card in the guitar with his face on it. So you know you got an Esteban card. You know Esteban.
Every world ever has been stolen from Feldman. Has anyone seen that he has a documentary out that supposedly he's trying to stop because it's like so detrimental and it talks so much shit about him? Yeah, that's Feldman. I would have preferred to jam with Paco de Lucia. Oof. That's like freaking like, that's a fancy name. Be like, oh, what's your name? My name is Paco de Lucia. I am Paco de Lucia. De Juan.
De Juan Jamon.
The guitar's out of tune already.
Yeah.
The fucking tuners are probably shit. I bet you it's made of like the cheapest fucking materials. The tuners are probably shit. More than likely, it's like a flamenco. It uses probably the nastiest of fucking nylon strings. Probably is what it comes with. It's probably fucking. It's Esteban, but it's really made by Chinese people.
Yeah, it probably was. It's not made by Fender.
Wait. Is Esteban really Corey Feldman? Einhorn is Finkel. Groovy said Esteban is Stephen Paul.
I looked him up, and that's his real name, and I was like, that's disappointing because I was thinking he was some Mexican dude.
So Esteban is not his real name. His real name is Stephen Paul.
Yep, Stephen Paul.
Okay.
Because he looks Mexican, so I could easily fool. Maybe he's got some Mexican in him.
See, even Kim was like, "Oh, she'd rather be with a Paco than a Blaine."
Yeah, he's still alive, guys. By the way, he's still alive.
How old is he?
He was born in 1948. I don't know
so
how
like
old.
70 something, almost close to 80
something. He sold his guitars on QVC and the HS network.
Yeah, because I remember him like all through the mid to late 90s, I think it was.
Oh, he's from Dolan's area.
Really? He's from out there? He's in Steeler country?
Yep, Steeler country.
Paulina said Lucia. It's pronounced Lucia. Well, excuse me.
Well, well, you know me.
Papa said, I will sell you this guitar.
I get a pass, Paulina, because I'm Asian trying to speak Mexican, and that does not flow.
I will sell you this guitar.
Holy shit, the man has so many albums. Holy fuck. The man was busy.
Corey Feldman was best mates with Michael Jackson. Now, if Tony Emanuel put out a guitar, I might look into it. There you go.
Holy fuck.
Esteban is Dolan. Dolan is Esteban.
Esteban.
I can see it. I can see it. I can see it.
¿Dónde está Esteban?
¿Dónde está Esteban?
¿Dónde está? Me gusta Esteban. See?
Wait a second. Doesn't your dad teach Spanish?
Yeah, he speaks it fluently and he writes it. Now,
since he speaks it fluently, did you learn how to speak Spanish?
Somewhat. He has a degree in Latin studies.
Mm-hmm. So how much Spanish would you say you know?
Very little. Poquito.
Un poquito?
Un poquito.
No, do you know the cuss words, though, right?
Some. Puto. Look. I mucho habla inglés.
Okay.
Mucho habla inglés. Not very good at español. Poquito español. I mean, I can say
you're not to the point where like if somebody's talking to you in Spanish, be like, oh, me no speako español.
No. I know. I don't. I'm like a Asian Mexican. Pico de Gallo, del El Truco, del Banco. No, my dad speaks it fluently. Like people can talk shit about him in Spanish, and he knows. He's like, "Oh, you talking shit about me in Spanish?"
In chorito, salsa. I know all the good words.
No, well, you know what? I know the basics of Spanish because my dad taught me it. Okay. So like, I can go to a Mexican restaurant and be like, burrito. I could be like un burrito with cebolla es roja verde. Yeah, I know the basics.
Cebolla. So you're saying that
onion.
You want it with onion, and verde would be. See, I'm Mexican. I don't even know fucking Spanish.
No, roja is red. Verde is green. Azul is blue. Café is brown.
Yes.
Amarillo is yellow. Naranja is orange. Blanco is white. Yeah.
So you see, I don't even know all my colors. I would, but
And then if you think about it, and my dad also taught me if you don't want it in your burrito, you go afuera, which means outside.
Yeah.
Afuera.
On the side. Afuera. Yeah. Afuera is like on the side or.
My dad taught me the basics, what I needed to know. He even taught me the curse words. I was like, teach me the curse words, in case I run into He said there are some words that I don't say because they're offensive to Mexican people.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, don't say, what was it, maricon or something? I don't know what.
Maricon. Yeah, that's maricon is like not even. It's not good in English. It's not good anywhere. That's like the equivalent of saying the gay F word.
Yeah, I don't say that.
You don't use that. I told someone once, "Tomo usted alcohólicas habitualmente."
Yeah.
Something like you drink a lot of alcohol or something?
Yeah, it's a habit. A habit. Your alcohol. Usted is
you or like
your
you or your something like that. Isn't that what said? You or your? I think that's how it went. I could understand some Spanish, but I cannot speak it, with some exceptions with songs. See, me, same thing here. Cannot speak Spanish, but for the most part, if someone speaks it to me, I understand what they're saying.
Same with me with Vietnamese. I can't really speak it, but if you're talking shit about me in Vietnamese,
I can order Moss margaritas, and that's enough for me. You know what it reminds me of is the meme where it turns around and says, it like shows like this white woman and she's got this big old smile on her face, and it says, after you just say gracias at the freaking Mexican restaurant.
All you need to know is you just need to know the basic numbers in Spanish, Kimba. You just need to know uno, dos, tres, cinco, I think cinco, siete, ocho, and 14. 14 is 14. Why do I know that? Because I do. 14.
Oh, Chile, yes. Chile speaks Spanish. But also, I mean, different countries, different types of Spanish, I think. Like, I think South America, the Spanish is a little bit different. Some of the words are a little
different. And in places like Portugal, places like in Brazil, they speak Spanish a little. Even in Spain, the Spanish is just a little bit different than what they speak out in Mexico. So I remember one time when I was watching this video of someone in Portugal, they were speaking Portuguese. They speak Portuguese in Brazil. Oh yes, muy grande. Yes,
muy grande, paticos.
You know what? One word I thought was funny that my Spanish teacher taught me in high school, because I took Spanish in high school. De cacahuate de mantequilla. I thought that was so funny in high school.
What say that again? What would you say?
That's peanut butter. De cacahuate de mantequilla is peanut butter.
Well, we already know how you feel about peanut butter.
Yeah.
They tried to start an argument at a place I worked. I just got a blank stare as a response, and she walked away.
Sometimes you have to make up words.
My mom's sister will be going to Peru in July for my mom's 70th birthday. Peru and Brazil, aren't they Portuguese
I think don't they speak Spanish? Peruvian in Peru?
Oh, is it Peruvian? Okay,
I think so.
Okay. Brazil is Portuguese, I think.
Brazil is Portuguese. But the thing about it is, I one time had Peruvian food because they have a restaurant out here, and the famous thing in Peru is called Salomo Santalos. I think that's what it's called. It's French fries with lettuce and meat on top. And then they got their own version of potatoes, which is con papa frita. So yeah, I mean, Peruvian food is not bad. It's not similar to Mexican food. I think every country in South America has their way of making Mexican or making Spanish food. And you guys can fight me on this, but the best pupusas are from the El Salvadorians, okay? You can fight me on that. Because I don't know what El Salvadorians do to their pupusas, but
Kim said, I actually ate 3 years of Spanish in high school, but I don't remember any of it.
I got a C in Spanish. My dad's like, how did you get a C in Spanish? I speak it fluently. And I was like, because I didn't pay attention.
Paulina says, I love saying uno, dos, tres,
cuatro, cinco, seis, nueve, ocho.
Hello. There's a place called Vertigo.
I mean, you too got people to learn that.
Thanks. They'll be there for 3 weeks, so it'll be my dad and I with a household Jew. So
I heard Peru is very beautiful. My dad has a friend who, it's a guy he taught English to at ESL. What happened was the guy was stupid. The guy used to work at the bicycle club. If you know, you know. Anybody out here knows the bicycle club. He used to work at the bicycle club. And the guy was stupid. One day he decides he's going to pull out a gun. And you know what they do? They deport his ass back to Peru, right? And then,
wow.
But there's a silver lining. There's a silver lining to this story.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up meeting a woman from the Netherlands. They've been married for 20 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
So, something good did happen to him. His kid still lives out here. He has a kid out here that lives in Bell Gardens.
Gotta stop this cat. He's over here trying to bug the other one.
Why don't I like lamb? I'll tell you why I don't like lamb. So I stopped eating lamb when I was 24 because the taste of lamb just is too strong for me and it makes me sick. I can't digest lamb. So I just don't eat it anymore. It makes me sick.
I took a couple years of French in high school. I got a wrong phone call once about 25 years out of school, and I was able to tell the French person on the other line that they had the wrong person.
I wish I knew French. I wish I knew French. I don't know. Maybe there's other people out there that like lamb, but I just feel lamb is very strong tasting.
Okay, we're just gonna go on the lamb kick for another half an hour. But anyways,
no, I'm just that's my explanation.
I went Italian and Japanese in primary school. I know someone who just came back from Peru, and the women don't wear tops. Wow, they don't. They walk around bare booby, or they just.
Dusty's gonna be going there. He's gonna look for like a topless torta.
Yeah, I'm not too much for Peruvian boobs. I don't think Peruvian boobies.
I mean,
living la vida loca. That's what they're doing over there.
I mean, if you ever want to try the food, there's this guy I watch on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
He goes and he tries foods from different countries out here in LA. And recently he tried food from Venezuela. He has this map. What is it? He has this this thing with all the names of these restaurants. He's been everywhere. And you know what? You know what I'm interested to try is fufu. If you don't know what fufu is, no, fufu is an African dish. Mm-hmm. It's from Africa.
Mm-hmm.
You eat it with some kind of a paste, and you.
I love African fufu.
You never had African fufu?
Oh, I've had lots of African fufu.
I'm talking about the food. We know you've had a lot of fufu in your life. We know.
Yeah, I've had a couple of African fufus in my day.
You've tasted all the rainbows. Guys, he loves his African fufu. They say once you go black, you never go back.
African fufu. Yeah, African fufu.
No. Now I know where you're going with that.
Oh my God.
Dirty man.
Me and Saint Etienne equals Lisa and food.
Well, I love my food. I mean, I'm a food person.
Esteban should have sold pan flutes on late night TV.
You don't get to this size without eating a lot of food.
Lisa likes poo-poo and doesn't like the smell of lamb.
No.
Glad you know that I do, Mike. Shit does you crack me up. It's like, yeah, it's. I love fufu. Just like that, the word you said not too long ago, when you said pupusa, to me that sounds like nasty too. Pupusa.
It does, but yeah. But when you guys try El Salvadorian pupusa, that is the best. I know what Dusty's gonna be like. Have you been with a person from El Salvador, Dusty?
I don't think I've had Salvadorian pupusas, but I know I've had like Argentinian pupusa and Mexican pupusa. I've had a lot of Mexican pupusas.
How about Colombian?
What? I don't think I've ever had Colombian pupusa, but I know I've had plenty of Mexican pupusas.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. I've tried Mexican pupusas. Mexican pupusas could be kind of tanky.
How about have you ever had some mayo?
They're spicy. Some what?
Some white pupusas. You've had white pupusas?
Oh yeah, plenty of
There's no flavor in those pupusas. Sorry to call you out. There's no flavor. They don't season their pupusas.
Yep, spicy pupusa.
Yeah,
pupusa rojo.
Yeah, me when it comes to my tacos, I like to have the roja with the beef, and the chicken I like to have the green sauce.
Hey, Seal Hater, how you doing?
Hey, Seal Hater, haven't heard from you in a while. We're talking about pupusas right now.
We're talking about pupusas.
and foo-foo.
Pupusas.
And foo-foo.
We were talking about how I like trying different types of pupusas from all around South America, and I like African fufus. So
Dusty's tried a little bit of everything.
African fufus, South American pupusas.
Have you had Indian pupusas?
No. Indian as in, India, or like, Indian as in
like toot.
No, I don't think I've ever. No, got close, but no.
I almost ended up with a Middle Eastern guy one time, but he canceled on my day.
Wait a second. Now, was that the one? Didn't you meet him like on a dating app or some shit like that?
No. I met him at the place I used to work at.
So you worked with him. Okay, the way that I always had thought the story went was that he was
out of school for a while. He went to that school. It's a long story, but anyways, we were talking, and he was Armenian. I should have known. First mistake. He was Armenian, so I was like, "Oh, this Armenian guy."
That is so fucking racist to say that.
No. Oh, sorry.
I should have known he's Armenian.
No. I just had bad experience with dating Armenians. I don't know why. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. Uh-huh. That's why.
At least there's a lot of dating though. So, what's this deal where people that live in hot climates love hot foods? I don't get it. I don't either. It's like going out in the summer heat and drinking hot cocoa or something to me. That's what it seems like to me. But yeah, I don't get it. Let me see here. I think Lisa is really missing a great YouTube influencer opportunity. She really should do food content because she does.
I know some of my. Let me tell you something about food. You don't get to my size by not eating. The food I like the most is Mexican food. I love my burritos. Love my tacos. Don't love cebolla. Not cebolla. I don't love cabeza. I don't love Sudero.
I love cabeza.
You love cabeza? You love.
I love it.
I mean, that's the taco. We don't know if you've given.
Now cabeza. I could get that anywhere in the country, and I'd be happy with it. So it's like it's not like in Africa.
Yeah, but cabeza, but LA makes good cabeza.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, there's a lot of good cabeza.
Because like if you go to somewhere like where Paul lives in Arkansas, you're not going to get good cabeza.
You can get good cabeza.
Not in Arkansas. Not in Arkansas. Is there?
Yeah,
anybody in Arkansas, tell me you got good Mexican food.
Oh, you can get good cabeza in Arkansas. Trust me.
Not good. And then you got Sudero, and then you've got that. What is that meat that looks like ropa vieja? Oh my god! You ever had ropa vieja?
No.
You never had that? Man, are you Mexican?
Yeah.
Tell me you've had pollo de caldo.
Yes.
Oh, okay. You get your Mexican
we're talking about food, right?
Yeah, we're talking about food.
So we were talking about cabeza. You were talking about food.
Yes.
Oh, okay. My bad. Okay.
I know where you're going with. I know where you were going with that because I know you like head.
Well, what man doesn't?
If you don't, even the gay men do too. So it's an equal opportunity for all men.
Men like cabeza tacos just like women like lengua tacos. How's that?
We like our lengua.
Women like lengua.
We like the tongue.
Yeah, women like lengua. Why do all these late lobsters always talk about food?
Because you do.
James misses the point. We're talking about food. We're not really talking about food.
Yeah. Personally, I like a little spice to my stuff.
A little spice. Yeah. It's so fucking Lisa.
Yeah.
The other day, we're going to talk about food again. I had Tommy's. I hadn't gotten Tommy's in a long time because we have one that's over there in Lake Forest, so it's a little ways for me. Kind of like I don't really want to drive all the way over there to get it, but I was kind of like in the mood for it yesterday. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to fucking DoorDash it. I turned around and said, how much could it be to DoorDash it? So I looked, and I think it was only like maybe like $5 extra to DoorDash it and a $2 tip. So I was like, pay $70. I'll pay $7 for someone else to fucking bring it to me and shit. So I ordered like the tamale and the chili cheese fries because I can't do the hamburger thing. Something about the hamburger. Yeah, hamburger with a chili cheese or with a chili, I can't do it. You know, I like their hamburgers, so the regular hamburgers, I like it, you know, with no chili. But I can't do it with chili. But chili cheese fries, freaking, oh my God, love it. Freaking the tamale with the chili, oh, love it. So I ordered those. Now, we already know I have, you know, gallbladder problems, stomach problems, whatever. So I was like thinking when I ordered, I was like, I'm taking my fucking life in my hands here. I'm like, this could go bad. You know? And I ate it and everything was fine. I was perfectly fine until the next day. The next day, like around 6 a.m.
I'm feeling the after effects of Tommy's, guys. You know, Tommy's is a great place because I go to Tommy's out here in El Monte. And, you know, I saw you posting about Tommy's. I was like, man, I'm going to go get some Tommy's to get coupons. So, of course, you know, I took advantage of the coupons, got a couple of burgers, some chili. I'll pay for that in the next couple of days.
I was talking to my cousin, and my cousin said that what she does, I don't know how exactly it keeps, but she says that what she does is she buys the chili. Like she'll buy a couple of big things of the chili, and she'll stick it in a Tupperware and seal it, and then she puts it in the freezer. And she says it keeps in the freezer for like 6 or 7 months. And then she brings it out and cooks it. And then she'll bring it out and cook it or whatever. Because
I've tried to make the Tommy's chili, and it doesn't have the same je ne sais quoi as the actual Tommy's chili. But yeah, you know, I have digestive issues, but I'm like, fuck it.
I had heard that too. I had heard the sauerkraut was a natural probiotic.
Yeah.
I had heard the same thing.
I have probiotics that I take.
Yeah. Probably something that I need to look into is probiotics, because when I talked to my doctor was saying, oh, there you go, digestive advantage. Yeah, my doctor was saying that, my doctor was saying, like, how bad do the pains get when I get them? And I said, they're kind of like gnawing, they're kind of like irritating enough where it's like I can sleep and stuff. And if I take some Tylenol, the pain goes away and stuff. He's like, okay, so I don't really think you're having serious gallbladder problems, but he's always take that shit out anyway. You know, just take it out. You don't need it. Take it out, you know? And he was like, say, it's almost to the point now with the gallbladder removal. It's like you go in the morning, they go ahead and they have you out by the evening. You're gone. You're out already. I was like, damn, they just bring you in and laparoscopic, pull it out.
I mean, it's up to you. It's up to you if you want to take it out. Do you want to? I mean, do you really need to have a gallbladder? Can you live without a gallbladder?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can live without a gallbladder. You don't need to have it. But the thing is that I'm like thinking, well, am I going to go through a surgery just so I can eat, you know, nasty food, which I shouldn't be eating anyway?
Yeah.
Or can I just control myself and not eat the nasty food? You know? So, I mean, it's like, I don't know. It's like, you know, it's just like, I'm to a point where it's like the other day when I ordered that Tommy's, I knew it was probably gonna mess up my stomach, but I still couldn't stop myself. I was still like, I want the Tommy's.
I mean,
you can't get the Tommy's. You know?
There are things that will, you know, mess me up, like dairy, but I still eat it. And I know it's gonna mess me up, but you know, I think to myself, you know, it's okay.
That's what I was thinking too, Seal Hater. I was thinking like it would end up losing like some of its bite.
Yeah, it would.
So I was thinking it would lose some of its bite because I mean, one thing about their chili is they have the chili is kind of spicy, just the regular chili, but now they have a chili that's extra spicy. Have you seen that shit now?
Yeah,
Tommy's has an extra. Yeah, caliente. I was like, the hell with that, man.
But the chili's like $20, and they had a coupon, and we got it for $8 at yesterday.
Yeah, $20, and they don't really give you. How big of an amount do they give you?
They give you 2 ounces.
2 ounces. Jesus, that's like 2 ounces. I guess that's almost expensive.
Really
it's like Christian Cologne.
It's not really that big. I looked at it, and they don't fill it all the way. It's not really that big.
For $20, I'd be like, dude, take this back there and fill it up some more.
No, no. I paid $8 for it because they had a sale. I would never pay the $20 for it. I got it for $8.
Right, Kate. Lisa's not trying to get personal, but you have. Oh, I thought you were saying that Lisa tries not to get personal, but she talks about her IBS.
No, I have IBS. I do have IBS. I mentioned it. You know, IBS is not the best thing, but I have GERD. It's on my chart. I have GERD. You know, I know I need to eat better, and I know that if I ate better and I lost weight and, you know, I took care of myself, I would probably get rid of my IBS. I know that for a fact that when I used to eat healthy, I barely had any IBS issues when I was eating healthy.
Yeah.
But, you know, I make no secret of it. I have IBS and I'm fat. That should be my shirt I get.
But what actually had happened to me was that losing all the weight contributed to me having those gallstone problems. Because now they said that what happened was when I lost all that weight before, I dropped it so rapidly and so quickly that brought on the gallstones. And I was like, wow, really? It's like, how the hell did that happen? Because I was never having problems until I lost weight. You know, and now I've had them ever since. And I gained weight back during the pandemic. Go figure. Now I'm dropping weight again. You know, I bought a pair of pants for work. I bought like cargo pants. You know, I went and I bought a tan pair and I bought a black pair. And I bought them in a certain size. I'm not gonna say what size that was, but yeah, now they're starting to fall off me. Now I have to wear a belt again. So yeah, I'm dropping weight pretty quickly.
I mean, when they say when you're a bigger person that it's easier for people to drop weight. Me not being as big person, it is harder for me to lose the weight, I think, because I don't have a lot to drop. But like when I'm not even trying to lose weight, like 1 year, my doctor had told me I lost 10 pounds and I wasn't even trying. It's weird where I'm not even trying, I lose weight. And when I do try, the weight doesn't come off.
Well, the thing that happens with me is when I get into it and I start trying, I can lose weight pretty quickly. I can drop a lot of weight, but then I hit a plateau, and then it's like I don't lose anything, you know, for a long time. And then it'll start up again, you know, but still it's like losing a couple pounds here, a pound there, a pound there. But like I could lose a lot of weight. So,
yeah.
Dusty, do you inspect circuit boards under our mics? Not anymore. I don't work in that business anymore. I switched careers. Now I am grading baseball cards. I grade baseball cards, Pokemon cards, autographs, all that fun stuff. I work for PSA because they pay more money. They offer more hours, and it's a more convenient job, closer to home, stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing now. Yeah. The last job I was in, it just got too monotonous, and they weren't sending me out like they were before, and it's just, I'm way, way happier at my new job. So
you I can hear it in your voice when you talk to me. You seem much more relaxed, and you seem more at ease. I think that's what you needed was something that would make you happier in the long run.
It's
less stressful.
Less stressful. The culture is completely different. The culture is very reminiscent of Google.
Yeah.
Where, we have an arcade. We have the break room is more like a lounge. It's more like a lounge. We have free soda fountains and free sparkling water with all flavors and free coffee and hot chocolate and mocha and all this different. It's like we have everything for free, and stuff like that. And then we can go outside during break, and they have basketball hoops and all that stuff, and basketballs and just all kinds of stuff. It's a great place. It's a great place. It's really fun to work there. I gotta admit though that I am working with a lot of younger kids. But that's going to be in any job I go into.
Any job you work at, you're going to always be with younger kids.
I'm always going to be the old fart. I'm going to be the old fart from now on. It's just the way it is.
Thank you, James. Thank you, James. It's just something you deal with. I know in the long run, I'm going to have to make changes. And but at the end of the day, I've had this for years. It's not something that happened. I've had it for years. I've always had issues with eating certain things, but I mean, hey, at least at this job you have, I think, more freedom. You feel like you're more free. That's what I think.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Oh, you were talking to me. I'm sorry. I was spacing out for a minute. I'm sorry. Yeah. I mean, it's different. It's completely different,
Yeah,
like
different ballpark.
Yeah, like I was like like they give you like certain examples of like this. This one's like a 50s card,
Yeah.
And it's in really bad shape, but they're like, well, what would you grade that at? And I looked at it and I'd be like, okay, well, I grade this as a poor 4, and stuff like that. But the thing is really crazy is even a card like this, if it was a pristine condition, it would be worth like, maybe $80, $90 because it's a base card. It's not really one of the main cards in this set. So it's worth about $80, $90, but in this condition it's screwed up, it's still worth like 30 or 40 bucks. So it's not exactly trash. You can still sell it for 30 or 40 bucks. It's just crazy.
Still buy it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Have you guys have any problems with the fires in California? I don't think we have any problems with fires yet.
No.
But it's in the mail. Trust me. We're going into summer. It's going to be in the mail. It's coming.
Not recently, but about maybe a year ago, we had the Eaton fires, and that was kind of close to me. Altadena's not that far from me.
Yeah, that got pretty close to you.
That got pretty close, and I thought, oh my God, we're going to have to get evacuated. So I actually was talking with Dusty, and I told him I'm going to be packing stuff because I thought we were going to get evacuated.
Yeah.
So I had my like backpack full of clothes and stuff, and turns out we didn't get evacuated. But Altadena is not that far from me, so it was pretty scary. That's the closest I think I came to a fire being near to us. But I know that right now you are dealing with that thing near Garden Grove, the chemical thing.
It's quite a ways for me. People have been asking me. I've had like family members and stuff like that calling me and asking me like how close is the proximity of it to me and stuff. I mean, we're still quite a ways away from it. It's in Garden Grove, which is still like four or five cities over.
Yeah,
it's like that's close to like Westminster, parts of Anaheim. I mean, it's not even hitting the stadium. It's not. It's quite a ways away. And also the blast zone. They were saying that if this thing was to blow up, which of course they've categorized it from that it was going to be a huge explosion, that it would be a smaller explosion, but they evacuated over 55,000 people.
Yeah.
In the surrounding area. And then they were talking about the air quality, if it was to start to leak out, because they said there was a crack in this thing, whatever it is. Basically what it is, it's supposed to be this chemical, which is chemical agent, which is supposed to actually bond molecules of types of plastic or something together, which they use on fighter jets and different shit like that. And it's supposed to be a toxic chemical, but it's supposed to be in small doses, it's not bad, but in huge doses, it could be really bad. But what they were worried about is volatile. And at the temperature that it was at, and it wasn't cooling down, that it was a possibility it could explode. And they said if it exploded, it was going to take out a good part of that city.
I mean, no worries about that, James, because we deal with that in the summer. The fires are a big thing that we deal with in the summer. And the thing about it is when the Eton fires happen and the Palisade fire happened, that happened in the winter where the fires are kind of, it's winter. But the thing about it is usually when we have these like fire issues, it's usually like, I want to say August, September, October, when it's really hot. That's when that's when we usually have these fire issues. So, I'm not going to be surprised. We'll probably have some kind of a fire issue during the summer this year.
Yeah, I mean, usually it's not like in, I would say like the 80s. Yeah, supposedly from what I understand, Dave, they said that they found that there was a crack in the top of the tank and that it has been cooling down and they don't see it if it blows up, they said it's still a good possibility. It could be a good possibility. It may still be an explosion, but it's going to be way, way, way smaller of an explosion than they expected. My kid's mother, the lady that she works with, the one that she works with, lives in the blast zone, and now she's staying at the hotel because they forced her to evacuate. So the hotel that they work for, in Anaheim, she's having to stay there, because, she can't go home. But a lot of these people, I mean, don't have that same opportunity. So it's kind of like worrying, you know, who's going to pay for these people? I mean, they're like in shelters and everything else. And I mean, and here in California, it's kind of chilly at night. It's not that, warm. It's not that warm. A lot of people think, oh, it's California. It's freaking warm. It's kind of chilly, you know, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen.
I mean, I hope it gets resolved because when I first heard about it, I was like, the first instinct was like, oh, I better message you and see if it's near to you because I've been to Garden Grove.
Yeah.
A couple of times. If you guys live in California, Garden Grove is like Santa Ana. If you know, you know. But anyways.
Yeah, I think that Dave was a good ways away too.
He's not near. He's not near the site. But I'm not even near it either. But for me, it's like I was telling my dad about it. My dad goes, "Is your boyfriend okay?" And I was like, "Yeah." But you know, the thing about it is, the thing about the whole situation is, it's just crazy. It's crazy. That's crazy that's happening right now.
It's just, you know, I mean, people just we'll see what ends up happening. I mean, I don't think it's going to blow. I think what they're going to do is they're going to have it vent. And I think it's venting, and I think it's venting enough. But the thing that I find so, it's starting to piss me off is that there's a lot of people who are on TikTok and a lot of people on Facebook and a lot of people on Instagram. And it's these dumb people who are making these videos and saying, oh, I ended up in the hospital. I was by there and I was breathing it in and I could smell it and blah, blah, blah. We've had the EPA out there for like the past week.
Yeah.
The EPA has been out there. They've been, you know, monitoring the levels of the air, and they keep on saying it has not shown up in the air yet. They have not been able to read it. You know, it is not. And a lot of people are saying, oh, well, you know, can you trust the government? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, you can get all conspiracy theorists, whatever. But I'm sorry. From what they're saying so far, they're saying it is not at levels where it'll hurt anyone.
Yeah, but people need to stop making these conspiracy theories.
No, these people are doing these stupid fucking videos on TikTok and shit for attention. So that people like, because they know it's a hot button subject here in California. Everybody, you do something like, I was in Garden Grove and now I'm sick, and everybody's going to fucking turn and click on it.
Yeah.
You know, and then they just scare the shit out of all kinds of people. And it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It is crazy when you think about it.
I heard they evacuated Stanton in parts of Westminster. Glad to see everything seems to be handled.
Wait, Stanton is out there? I thought Stanton was like in Northern California, no?
Yeah.
I forgot. I thought Stanton was Westminster. Probably my sister's husband's mom was evacuated because she lives in Westminster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, people, that has been the 2 hours. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to log off. It has been fun. It has been fun.
Fun stream, guys.
Hopefully we will see everybody next weekend.
Hopefully.
We'll probably end up knowing next weekend, stuff like that. I think next weekend I'm going to start going on a schedule where it's going to be 6 days. So maybe we'll end up doing a Sunday or something again.
Yeah.
And we'll do like a Sunday evening or something of that sort. So.
Yeah.
All right, then. Well, we'll see everybody later. Bye-bye. Thank you for being here, Dave, Seal Hater, James Farley, Paulina.
Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Kimba, everybody. It's been fun.